Hey, this past sawdust session, we built a couple of sliding tables that slide back and forth on the Mark V, this anti-gravity miter jig that you see right here, and this fence extension, which is really has a table attached, and it slides also. What I'm doing right here is I'm waxing the bottom of this sliding table. As you know, in our owner's manual, we ask you to wax the tops of the Mark V main table and extension table so that the wood will slide over them smoothly. It's the very same thing for these sliding tables. In order to get them to work smoothly, you want to apply a coat of wax and then buff it off. The buffing is important because if you leave excess wax, it will mix with sawdust and create that dreaded substance acampunky, which just sort of fouls up the works. But once you put a coat of wax on this table, it acts like a lubricant. And let's take it over here to the Mark V. There you go. Look at that. Slides as smooth as it possibly can. Now, let me tell you a few other things about wax that may be helpful. First of all, you want to pay close attention to what surfaces need wax and what don't. The surfaces, obviously, of the table and the sliding table where they meet, those need wax. I've also waxed the underside of this Incra 5000 so that it will slide smoothly. The top surface, however, is where I want to clamp the boards, and I want those boards to sit as securely as possible, so I want as much friction as possible. Also, as I showed you in the sawdust session, these clamping blocks move around, and I want those to stay put when I tighten down the wing nuts. So I don't want wax on the top surface. Wax serves another purpose besides lubrication, and that is it can protect surfaces of your jigs and your clamps from glue. If you put a thin coat of wax on the jaws of a hand screw, for example, it will keep glue from sticking to them. I put wax on the bars of my bar clamps. The wax just peels right off. I also put wax on the top of the workbench. Once again, the glue, once it dries, just peels right off. You have to be careful, though, especially if you use wax around clamps. If you get wax on the threads of clamps, it will ruin them. It will provide lubrication, and the clamps won't stay tight. While I'm talking about waxology, let me take this opportunity to debunk my favorite wax myth, and that is that you can actually build up coats of wax. Wax is a marvelous lubricant, and it sticks to almost every surface on the face of the earth except itself. It is its own solvent. So when you apply one coat of wax over an older coat of wax, you are dissolving the coat beneath the coat that you are applying, so that what you have when you get done is not two coats of wax, but just simply one coat of wax. The only place where you might need multiple coats of wax is, for example, the first time that you wax the bottom of this wood surface, because wood is porous. And actually, when you saw me waxing it, that was the second coat that I applied to it. And now it's nice and smooth, and it will need no more than one coat every 3 or 4 months of heavy use. You might also want to apply 2 or 3 coats to a cast iron surface, such as the table of your planer or your jointer when you first get it. Cast iron is porous, and it absorbs a little more wax on the very, very first initial coat than it does in subsequent coats. But for all intensive purposes, when it comes time to wax either the Mark V tables or the jigs that you've made, one coat should do the trick. I'm Nick Engler, director of the Shopsmith National Woodworking Academy, and we've got a great sawdust session for you this week. Come see it. Bye. At Shopsmith's website, you'll find dozens of free videos on all kinds of woodworking projects, from preparing lumber to applying a finish. Twice a month, we webcast a 2-hour sawdust session where you can ask questions and get woodworking help right over your computer. To find out more, come visit us at shopsmith.com.